government agreeing on ways to deal with the challenges caused by poor infrastructure and corruption. This follows a high-level meeting between a business delegation and government led by President Cyril Ramaphosa earlier this week. The parties agreed to also work together to resolve energy, transport and logistical challenges. We're now joined by Coovadia of Business Unity South Africa. He is the CEO, to tell us more about the meeting. Cass, thank you so much for your time and for your patience with us. Perhaps let's start with that we've seen this before. And so what is going to be different this time around?
Okay, I'll deal with that, but just to say, I do have another interview at 13:40, so I'm going to have to run. What is different this time around is that I think that we've now agreed a structure with the President. We will populate that structure with both government and business people working in partnership. The President has indicated at the meeting we had with him day before yesterday that he has indicated to his team that he wants to see results from this, that we must report back to him jointly every 6 weeks at the union buildings. So there seems to be a real commitment to make this work. We've had disappointments in the past, and we will see how this goes, and we will certainly put in our best, put in the resources and capacity necessary, and we'll do our best to work in partnership to identify what the objectives are, what the outcomes are, and over what period of time. And if in the next couple of months it doesn't work, then we have to take a step back and review it as business.
Okay. So the President telling the people of Hammanskraal a few moments ago, you would have heard that it is because of a lack of maintenance. The Rooiwal wastewater treatment plant, for instance, was built back in 1950. And he says as the population grew, the municipality did not take that into consideration. He also mentioned Eskom, that new power plants were not built, that the power plants that are there have not been maintained. An admission that the people, not only of Hammanskraal, have been failed, but also on the electricity front. And so this mammoth task that is before business, as you're going to be doing the costings and the timelines, are you ready?
Yeah, so if you look at electricity, I mean, we've already put in engineers in 3 or 4 power stations to try and get them to work optimally and get as much out of them as possible. So that's a move in the right direction. We have made it very clear that business has the expertise. We are prepared to second expertise in key areas of government's work, including in logistics and law and order. We are prepared to do that immediately if necessary. And so I think that what we need to achieve through what we agreed with the President day before yesterday is to see exactly where the expertise is needed, how quickly it's needed, and put that in. And then to put in the resources and capacity to rebuild systems, to maintain things that need to be maintained. We can do this if it's a true partnership. I think business will commit resources and capacity to maintenance, to training, to skilling, to capacitating, in the context of a real partnership between business and government. And that's what the President indicated to us on Tuesday. We take that as what he wants to do, and we take that as a real commitment from the President. And we've got to see how this thing goes. As I said, we're going to give it our best. Sure. We're going to put in what is needed and then review this as we go along. Review it every 6 weeks. And that's what the President wants, a report on every 6 weeks. So every 6 weeks we'll sit down and see how it's going. And hold each other accountable to it.
Fair enough. Just very quickly for us, as we've got about 2 more minutes with you, what do you say to those who are concerned and question the interest of business in doing all of this work with the government that is meant to be providing and doing the basics for the Republic?
Yeah, look, I mean, ideally, government should be doing all of this. There are a number of reasons why business is coming to the party, partnering with government. We are doing this in the national interest. We believe that these things need to be done, both in the national interest, but also to make it easier to do business and to make it less costly to do business, which then translates into cheaper goods and services to consumers. And we believe that if we don't actually pull together as partners to actually do some of these critical things, we will be in a far worse position than we are in now. So it's not an ideal situation. Let's not kid ourselves. It's not something that business necessarily needs to do. But given where we are as a country, we believe it's our patriotic responsibility to give it a go.
Business Unity South Africa CEO Coovadia, thank you very much, sir, for your time this afternoon.